No me dieron ningún logro por ese final, o sea que no debe haber sido.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to
No
the
me
meeting room,
importa.
and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Me gusta más, sí.
Wow. Yes. This room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room. Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room.
Sí, señor.
Life without having experienced this room was now too horrible even to consider.
Bueno,
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
no sé si tengo ganas de hacerle caso a esto. Pero me interesa volver al armario. Pero no voy a volver al armario, solo por eso. Vamos a ir por acá. Ah, ok. No sé nada.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
No te burles de mí. Ok, necesito una tarjeta para abrir eso. No puedo tirar por acá.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Si no te das cuenta. No me dio otro logro tampoco por este final. Supongo que no estaba planeado que me tire por
All of
ahí.
his co-workers were
Pensé que
gone.
no iba
What could it
a
mean? Stanley decided to go
morir.
to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply
Bueno,
missed a
ahora
memo.
vamos a bajar bien. Posta. O no. Igual también es una
When
altura
Stanley came to
bastante
a set
chiquita,
of 2
pero me
open doors, this
voy a
was
morir.
not the correct way to
Bueno.
the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The
Bien,
lounge
lo único
was
que puedo
sublime,
decir de lo que
a work
estuvo
of
diciendo
art.
el chabón
What was it about this room
en el
that
anterior
called so
final
deeply
que
and so
explotamos,
personally to Stanley? Its grace, its subtle charm. No,
se puso muy agresivo.
Stanley knew it was
Quería
something
terminar con mi
deeper.
vida. O sea, me dio una
Something, but
oportunidad, no la
eager to get
aproveché.
back to
Bueno,
business,
listo, basta.
Stanley
Te
took the
morís.
first open door on
Flaco.
his left.
Qué sé yo, no sé. Continuemos con esta.
Stanley was so bad at following directions,
Sí,
it's
señor.
incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Por acá sí puedo bajar. Allá no puedo ir. ¿Qué dice? Ah, no había leído el cartel. Don't jump. No saltes por acá. Mientras esté en movimiento. Supongo que esto. Penalty for misuse of Oscar. Te pagan. Penalty por usarlo.
Look, Stanley, I think
yo me
perhaps
puedo
we've
tirar
gotten
ahora.
off on
Ya.
the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you
¿Tú podrías
all this
tirarme?
time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley.
¿Tú podrías
Someone
tirarme a
you've
esos
forgotten
pasillos?
about.
Este juego tiene un montón de
Stop trying to
oportunidades.
make every decision by yourself.
Ok.
I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Por ella. Ahora otra narradora.
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
¿Quién? ¿Acaso tengo una esposa? ¿Quién me está esperando? Ay, qué miedo que me estén esperando. Vea. Bueno. Una habitación completamente oscura. Literalmente tengo que ir por ahí. Ay. ¿O no? No, literalmente voy a ir por la puerta oscura, no pasa nada. ¿Qué me puede pasar? No, ya uno de los peores finales ya tuvimos. Ay, mamá. Ay, no.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then... Oh, no, you can't... Did you just unplug the phone?
No.
But that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that?
Y
You
soy bastante
actually
inteligente.
chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check.
No lo voy a conectar igual.
It's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge
Ay,
themselves
más
to
lindo,
one
ahora lo
another.
hacemos.
Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person.
Soy yo.
I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation?
No,
well, I
entendí.
won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional
Ok.
video.
Un videito.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, it can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Rupert has a choice. He could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people. Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
Practice.
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best
Uy.
part to a healthy decision-making
La
process.
música aumentó.
Most medical professionals
No sé si-
recommend making at
y solo
least 8
yo-
choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and
Son
problems are
insignificantes,
materially
sí, sí, sí.
insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Ok.
Ah, welcome back.
Hola.
You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see
Danger
what the correct
everywhere.
thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Ay, ¿qué me empujas? Y si quiero ahora atender el teléfono, ¿ah? Ok, para. Igual no estoy de acuerdo completamente. Por un momento, un tiempo, antes de avanzar, yo habría creído que realmente nuestras decisiones, es verdad, en el mundo somos una partícula, pero más chica, la mitad de la mitad de la mitad de la mitad, y así, infinitamente de una partícula, para lo que es el universo y lo poco que conocemos y lo que desconocemos de él. Pero es nuestra vida y es la única que recordamos, al parecer, mayoritariamente, así que sí importa lo que hagamos y tenemos que ponerle el corazón y nuestra personalidad y lo que nos gusta. Así que no estoy de acuerdo con lo que me dicen en el video. Supongo que también es para tratar de adoctrinarme en este trabajo que tengo. Ok, ellos me habían pedido que... Yo no puedo volver a pasar, ¿no? Porque ahí estaba la... O sea, quiere que vuelva literalmente, que retroceda mis pasos. ¿Qué es lo que había pensado hacer? Pero dije, no, vamos a ir a la puerta oscura. La próxima puede ser... Ah, no puedo volver. Puede ser que atienda el celular. Porque... El teléfono, porque me dijeron que era mi esposa y yo tengo una debilidad por las familias. Supongo que entonces tengo que volver acá.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and
No puedo
dying.
saltar.
Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story.
No puedo saltar
That
ahora.
story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse.
¿Casa?
Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
No puedo tirarme. No me puedo tirar. Literal me está obligando a seguir su propio camino. Literal. Y me abre la puerta y todo. Mira, qué caballero. Me basta. Ah, ok. No me vas a hablar, no me vas a ayudar.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
Hijo de... Literal me está guiando a la decisión de la puerta izquierda y derecha, no lo puedo creer.
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would.
Okay.
That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set
Yeah.
of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Uy. Ok, no le voy a hacer caso porque quiero que se enoje.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Oh my. Está rompiendo todo el mundo falso que crearon. Muy tremendo. Puedo volver a entrar. ¿O no se puede? ¿No se puede? Ok, no puedo hacer nada más que esto. Épico igual, pero entonces queda otra que venir para acá. Viene, señor capitán. Dígame, ¿qué más quiere? ¿Por qué no me habla?
Oh, it's
Oh.
ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way.
Es muy
Is it
pesimista
better
este
to shut
señor.
the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work?
No.
I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
Ay. Mamá. Uy. Uy.
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You. Who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child. Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard to make...
Oh,